Hello folks, I'm Dave Monroe, the President and Chair, and welcome to you all and welcome to those people on the web. In the President's report there is a printed copy, so I'll just briefly go through it. Our membership continues to grow, which is a good thing. Very pleased with that. This is what's more or less been happening in the last year. We have been taking part in the Coast to Coast Against Cancer Foundation's Inside Ride, the national Inside Ride, and last year's ride in October raised just under $29,000, which is good. Not as good as the year before, but still good, and we'll take the money most definitely. This year we've got another one scheduled for October 4th at the Palladium in Mississauga. We will soon have information on the website, on a website that will be set up so people can join up as a team or as an individual. They can sign up as a volunteer, what have you. They can then get sponsors and things and solicit donations online. So keep your eyes open for this, for the news coming up for that, the Inside Ride. Challenge your friends and family to and co-workers to come out, form a team. It is an amazing event, lots of fun, and it raises a lot of money for us, and we love Coast to Coast for that. Last fall, there was the, I won't say because it's French, but there was a gathering PSYOP. It's the International Pediatric Oncology group from globally, and it happened in Toronto, and that's only the second time since PSYOP's been having their annual conferences that it's happened in North America. So Toronto was, it was great to have it in Toronto. OPACC actually did a presentation, the Parent Liaison Program that we run at Sick Kids, and that presentation was very well received. And Susan, who's not here, she did the presentation for us and did a phenomenal job. And thank you, Susan, for for doing that job and doing the excellent job, and of course, John, the excellent job that you guys do. A lot of our kids, so many of our kids are surviving their cancer and that. So to that end, survivorship comes with a lot of unknown, especially as they transition from the childhood healthcare system to the adult system. So OPACC met last November and with Cancer Care Ontario to, as they were preparing their next plan for the next 4 years. We addressed some of the issues that our kids face during as they transition and into survivorship and things like that. And they actually listened and took a lot of a lot of notes from what we had to present. Thank you to Tracy and Jim for being our collective voice with Cancer Care Ontario, and I believe they're continuing a little bit of discussion with them along the way. OPACC, we've offered parent facilitator training a few times. Last year we did another one. It was well received. And this one, the parent facilitator training, is to help us further community-based parent support groups and things like this. Again, it was very well received. Barb, Helen, Susan, Jim, Sarai, of course, our admin person, they all did an excellent job on this. Our board of directors has thankfully grown. And we welcome 4 new board members today, Asaf, Haley, Michelle, and Sunny. Welcome, thank you for joining, welcome, and I look forward, and I'm sure the rest of the board looks forward to working with you and bringing some fresh faces and fresh energy and what have you to the board. Thank you very much. That's, well, sorry, I forgot one thing. We've started to look at a strategic plan to move us forward. And so we did a little bit of work, then we set up three different committees, working groups to look at three sort of pillars that we identified as the most important parts to move the organization forward. Those are advocacy, engagement, and awareness group, capacity building group, and family support services and resource group. We've had some discussions. The three groups have had some preliminary discussions just recently because these working groups are just recently formed. So we've just started on that process. But as we just had a board meeting, and there's some good things to report out of those. And I haven't had time to put that into the President's report. But there was some good work done by all. So thank you all for taking part in these working groups, and it will help us move forward. OPACC looks forward to serving our families. I mean, we've all virtually been through a childhood cancer experience, and we know what it's like. So we want to help other families, no matter what station they are at in their childhood cancer journey. You know, you are important to us, so we look forward to moving forward with you guys, and with you guys helping us grow. So thank you very much to everybody, and I think that's about the end of it. Thank you.
So now we'll be moving on to the financial report.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is James Thompson. I am the Resource Development Community Engagement worker for OPACC. In front of you, you should have our Treasurer's Report for fiscal year 2014-2015, and as you can see, there are two columns. One was our performance as of the end of the year on May 31st, 2014, and the other is our current performance in terms of May 31st, 2015. So if you look at the 2015 column, we'll start off with grants. So we were able to secure about $60,679 in granting, specifically from the Coast to Coast Against Cancer Foundation, as well as some smaller grants, which were Bear Gold, Bear Canada, and the Vancouver Foundation. Under donations, we were able to raise just shy of $50,000, so $47,723 and 34 cents, and that was individual donations, as well as the proceeds from our Inside Ride event, which was, again, about $29,000 there as well. So we are definitely moving in the right direction as it pertains to individual donations. They're definitely up from the previous year. Our GST rebate, because we are a charitable organization, we do receive a rebate on a portion of all of the HST that we incur over the program year. So we were able to have a rebate of about $4,133. So in total, our income for as of May 31st, 2015 was $112,834.34. Comparative to the year before, we are down, and that was because of the end of our Trillium grant, as well as the end of our Ladies Angels partnership as well. So moving into this year, that's something that we definitely have to consider in terms of additional partnerships and additional granting opportunities, so we can continue to increase our revenue as opposed to having a decrease year over year. In terms of expenses, our salaries were at $105,546. Our bank service charges are at zero, and this is probably going to be consistent, so that will probably be removed in our report next year, as it's a negligible amount to begin with. Our HST, in terms of how much we incurred, was $5,591. Our travel and transportation was just over $5,600, and our program expenses were at $15,010. So our total expenses over the course of this past year were $131,749, which meant that we overspent, unfortunately, by $18,915. Now, thankfully, we do have a healthy reserve, which we've been drawing down on over the last couple of years. So that's going to be able to support the organization into this year. The one thing that we do have to keep in mind, though, is that our overall grant and fundraising capacity is something that we, as a board and as a staff team, have identified that we do need to continue. So we are going to be spending a lot of time over the next couple of months investigating other opportunities so that we can build on that. So that is the statement of revenues and expenditures as relates to the organization. The second page is just our balance sheet, so folks can see just how much money we have in the bank. And how much money we have available as opposed to how much money is actually restricted. So in cash in the bank as of the end of May, we had $54,510.69. $39,000 of that is available for us to use in support of the programs and services that we offer here. $15,000 of that is actually restricted for $1 Million Smiles, which is a program and service that operates under our umbrella. So a portion of all of our cash money in terms of money that's raised on behalf of $1 Million Smiles is actually flagged as internally restricted, which means that they can only be used to support that program. So out of the $54,000 again, just shy of $40,000 is available for OPACC and the board, and then $15,398 is specifically for the $1 Million Smiles program. And that is where our financial position ended. Any questions?
Just a reminder to those joining us online, if you have any questions, just type them into that chat window, and then we'll be able to see them and answer them. Any questions here? No?
You need to accept them?
Yes. So if I can have a motion from the board table around accepting the financial statement for 2014-2015, please.
I motion to accept the financial statement.
Thank you, Gina. Can I have a second? Sorry, a second. All in favor? Thank you so much.
Okay. Election of officers.
No. That was it. Now, election of officials. As I had stated before, well, Barb is stepping down from the board. She's given the board some excellent service over the years. However, that being said, we do have two or three positions: treasurer and president, chair, treasurer, co-chair. So I've been chair for quite a while. I don't mind doing it, but it is also proper to share sort of the chair duties and what have you. So I won't feel offended if anybody wants to be chair. I won't feel offended at all. I still do want to take part in the board and what have you. This organization is very important to me. So I will put that out to the rest of the board and what have you. And again, and so election of officials. Is there any nominations or anything like that? We can even table it and hold off.
Yeah. As far as the chair position or any of the executive positions are concerned, if there isn't nominations from the floor, then throughout the year, obviously, there can be individuals that via email request appointments, and then it would go back to the full board again for ratification, and at the next AGM, it would be presented as the previous slate. So there's definitely ways we can work around that.
Okay, so I don't hear anything.
Okay? Yes.
Yeah.
I think the other thing I'll suggest is perhaps just circulating out the duties and responsibilities. I think people get overwhelmed with the thought of what does it mean, and basically it's facilitating these meetings and working with SRI around identifying agenda items, working with the executive. We have lots of support from that team.
Yeah, as a chair, now that we're getting more and more board members, as a chair, my work isn't nowhere near what it used to be. And as I say, I'm not offended if anybody wants to, throw their hat into the ring. Good stuff.
And you don't have to respond right now,
Yes.
but something to think about if you're interested.
Food for thought as we eat.
Okay.
So if that's the case, then the following are going to be restanding again or reappointed for this upcoming year. Currently we have President and Chair David Monroe. We have Director Tina Smith. We have new Director Asaf Banum. We have a Director Tracy Keeley-Clark. We have a Director Sunny Hayer. We have a Director Helen Robertson, a Director Diana Burrell, a director, Lisa Skinner, a new director, Haley Chapman, a director, Diane Belsey, and a director, Anna Lopez. Am I missing anyone from that list?
And Michelle.
And
Yeah,
Michelle.
Michelle's
So you
not there yet.
haven't added it to.
No,
So I'm
but
reading from the
we'll
website, folks. So and a director, Michelle
And
Hunter. So that would be the full appointment for this year's Board of Directors of OPACC. And again, there is the ongoing invitation to anyone who may be interested in joining the board to find out more information about the organization by visiting our website at www.opacc.org. And if you are interested in helping the organization, you can just start with sending an email directly to Sarai, who's our admin coordinator, and then she can answer any questions that any of you may have.